Om Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahi Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhanam Mrityormukshyaamamritat. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Purnamatam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Asatoma Satkamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Welcome, welcome. I'd like to start with a round of the Ho'oponopono chant. If you'd like to join me, we have a little bit of time. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. We're reciting the Ho'oponopono prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive. Thank you. I love you. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So we just went 108 rounds, 108 chants, one round, should I say, of the Ho'oponopono chant. And I think it's a really beautiful thing for us to be able to do for one another. And when we can come together and be able to chant the Ho'oponopono chant, it just brings a different vibration, a different frequency, and it sets a good stage. So 108 times seems like it's a lot, but it really only takes, about 10 minutes-ish. So, yeah, it only took us about 12 minutes to do that chant together. And today's book, I'm really happy to share with you. I got this for Malachi, my son, my youngest son. I have the light is kind of shining on it, so okay. Yeah. So Purana Yama and the Art of Non-Biting, an absolutely adorable book. I really hope that you will stick around to hear what Pranayama and the Art of Non-Biting is all about. So this is cute little Pranayama. This book was written by Dr. Bill Kalatsky, illustrated by Marco Bucci, and art direction by Jess Domain. We've got some acknowledgments in here, but we will bypass those. So here we go. There's in the back of the book, it says that there's a treasure map, and you can actually go through this book and collect treasures if you go. But I tried to do it to see if we would be able to do it together, because this is all about tapping into our inner child and really getting and having fun with this. But unfortunately, it just went to like some Shopify website and it wasn't working. So wah, wah, wah. Maybe we can find some things though. So here we go. Pranayama and the Art of Non-Biting. Are we ready? This is the story of the fiercest piranha in the lake, the big boss, the leader, the scariest of them all. Piranhas are ferocious. They have lots of sharp, pointy teeth, and they know how to use them. In attack mode, they sneak up on their prey quickly and silently before moving in for the bite. If they just want to scare you, they sound like a loud drone of 1,000 swarming bees moving in closer and closer. It's terrifying. What would make the most dangerous fish in all the oceans, rivers, lakes, and streams decide to stop biting? Pranayama was enjoying another lazy, sunny Sunday in the cool waters of her lake home. The water was calm and clear. There hadn't been a storm in weeks. There had been no piranha battles that day. Swimming along, little Pranayama spotted one of her favorite stones, a purple amethyst. It was at the very bottom of the lake. She raced down to grab it before anyone else noticed it and rubbed her teeth against the rough stone, sharpening her pearly whites. She understood the importance of keeping her teeth strong and sharp and ready to fight. Pranayama always won first place in the sharpest teeth contest at her school. Being a winner ran in Pranayama's family. Her mother won the sharpest teeth contest when she was in school, and so did her mother's mother. Yama was proud to be carrying on a generations-old family tradition. Her father always won the tug-of-war. But there was one thing Yama was not proud of. It was a secret. No one knew. She was scared of the dark. In the dark, she heard and saw things that no one else saw or heard. She didn't want to be afraid because she was supposed to be the bravest, but talking herself out of her fears was never easy. As Yama and her friends planned their fun for the day, the lake began to shake. Yama immediately knew what it was. She was very excited. This was going to be way better than any of their usual games. The water started rumbling and sloshing, swishing and swirling like water in a fishbowl. Earthquake! Screamed her schoolmate, Twin Fish Red, and ducked under a rock. Don't be such a clownfish. We never get earthquakes here, Yama said calmly. Twin Fish Blue yelled, "It's Rumblefish! Get ready for battle!" Yama reassured him. Rumblefish know that piranhas only battle with them on Rumble Tuesdays. The other fish were in a tizzy, preparing for battle. Piranha Yama swam circles around her friends, overjoyed. She shouted through her air bubbles, "It's humans! Humans are coming! Delicious fingers and toes to munch! Get ready, everybody! Time for lunch!" Okay. Big toes. Big toes in the water. Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. Probably not, huh? Okay. Let me get closer. Let me get closer. Sorry. Get a little. Okay. Get better acquainted here. Up on land, cars were pulling on the grass, onto the grass next to the lake. The humans climbed out of their cars, took off their shoes, and let the grass tickle their feet. Every kind of foot imaginable was walking, running, skipping, and jumping toward the water. There were big toes and little toes, fat toes and skinny toes, a few hairy toes, and one slightly scary toe. The piranhas waited patiently for the biggest of the big toes to enter the lake. It was followed by the rest of the toes, and then a big hairy foot and ankle.
All of the piranhas held their places behind Yama, waiting for her to say, "Go!" Her fins were spread wide to keep every fish behind her. Hold, wait, not yet, not yet, just one more step. When the entire foot was 3 steps into the lake, she called out, "No!" The piranhas raced to the tofu for their first delicious, satisfying bite. Yama was the first one there. The others raced to catch up. She dove like a torpedo with her eyes on the prize. The big, juicy toe! See that? She was inches away from her lunch when suddenly a dark shadow appeared from above. She looked up as a large net swooped down into the lake like an eagle diving for its morning breakfast. Yama swam as fast as she could to avoid the net, but she was not fast enough. Helpless, she was scooped out of her home and up into the blue sky. "Get back! He has a net!" Yama yelled to her friends. She tried to escape. She twisted left and twisted right. She used her tail to jump just like she was taught in school, but it was useless. She couldn't jump out. Looking down at her friends' worried faces, she knew she was in big trouble. She couldn't give up. Yama gave it one last try. Sorry. She flipped, she flopped, she floundered, but freedom was not meant to be. For the first time in her life, Yama was scared of something other than the dark. But there was no way she was going to show it. No human was going to see a fierce piranha show weakness. "Let me go, you beast!" she yelled. The human ignored her cries. "Let me go, or I'll tear you to pieces." The human didn't even flinch. Yama bit into the net, but it didn't budge. She hollered again, "Help!" But no one came to her rescue. Yama gulped down some air. Piranhas were ferocious, but breathing out of water was very difficult. She started to feel tired. "I will not give up," she mumbled to herself. She just had to get back home. Without water to breathe, Yama became weak. Her eyes fluttered closed. Somehow, she felt lighter, as if she was floating. Then it got very dark. She tried to feel brave. What was happening, she wondered. Before she could think another thought, she floated up and out of her body to a place high above the clouds. Slowly, the light came back on, and tapping his toe fin, an ancient piranha was waiting. His tail was folded and crossed as he floated toward her. "Hello, Piranayama," he said. "Thank you for coming." His face lit up with a bright smile. Big, jagged, crooked teeth lined his whole mouth. Yama stared at his teeth. "Where am I? Is this a great lake in the sky? Who are you?" His tail didn't move as he floated closer. "I've been trying to reach you for a very long time," the ancient one said. I, I don't remember that," Yama stuttered. The voice sounded familiar. He said softly, "The sounds and voice you hear in the dark, and the shadows you see are just me, trying to get your attention. It's the easiest way to talk to you once you're not afraid." "I'm the bravest piranha in the lake," she said, then added shyly, "except in the dark." I've really got to get better lighting going. He cleared his throat. I'm Piranha 1, the first of our kind to know that we don't have to bite or fight. I'm here to help you learn the same, Piranayama. This knowledge is given only to the fiercest, wisest, and fastest piranha of the lake. Yama smiled. That's me. I love to bite and fight. But you must be the kindest in the lake as well, said Piranha 1. Let's begin. You must be ready to learn so you can take this knowledge back to your friends. Piranayama was slowly starting to understand Piranha 1 was trying to teach her a new way to be. The two piranhas spent the entire afternoon learning, playing, stretching, and balancing in strange positions to start her training in the art of non-biting. When she was ready, Piranha 1 tapped her on the head, and Yama felt a little switch turn on inside her brain. It was a funny feeling, like the time she ate a firefly and it lit up her belly from the inside. She was surrounded by a soft glow. The light gathered around her fins as she moved them up and down. Cool, this is awesome, she said. It is your Kundalini, your inner light. It is always with you, Piranha 1 explained. Now, it's time for you to go back, Yama. Remember, the light within will guide your fins. This is a message of our teachers. There is no need to bite to win. He gave her a gentle nudge with his tail, and she flew out of the place above the clouds, picking up speed as she got closer to home. Piranha 1, she called out. What do I do now? His friends appeared next to him. They were smiling and waving at her. Piranha 1 called back, find the others. Be ready for the darkness. When it comes, you must use your Kundalini light. I will see you again in the dream world. Remember, there is a time for light and a time for bite. Piranayama fell back into her body like a comet. The force knocked the human holding the net off balance. He splashed right into the water. The net flew from his hands and Yama was back in the lake. She gulped in as much water as she could. Thankfully, she could breathe again. Her friends stormed the net and tore it to pieces. Yama swam free, coughed out air bubbles from her gills, and stretched her body the way Piranha 1 had showed her. Piranha 1's voice echoed in her head. Let the light within guide your fins. Piranha Tobe shouted, every fish, the human is down, attack! But Yama blocked their way. Let him go. I'm okay. We don't have to fight today. When the words left her mouth, she started to glow. Two of her friends stared at her with open mouths. Oh, Yama, you're glowing, said Piranha Doug in amazement. Piranha Agape, Yama's best friend from the French waters, exclaimed, Hui hui, you have the glow, Yama. Yama proudly puffed out her chest, and the glow instantly faded away. The other piranhas swam away, upset that there was no fight today. After all, fighting was a piranha's way of life. Just like it did every night, the sun went to recharge its battery, and the moon took its place in the sky. Yama's glow lit up like a nightlight as she fell into a deep sleep. Piranha 1's voice called to her. Find the others, Piranayama. She called out in her sleep. Who am I looking for? Where are they? I know everyone in the lake. It was then she realized maybe the others were not in the lake. Piranha One's voice answered, "The others are just like you. Some are strong, others are scared. Some have their candellini glowing, and others do not yet know they have light of their own." In the deepest, darkest part of the night, Yama heard a sound that scared her, like a tuning fork getting louder and coming from everywhere all at once. She was going to be brave. She followed it and floated up and up until she was back in the dream world. Piranha One was patiently waiting for her. Yama was so excited. "I wasn't scared. I did it." Piranha One nodded. "Yes, you did it, Yama. Welcome to Dream School. Tonight, we will learn about breathing." Yama interrupted. "I know how to breathe already. I've been doing it since the day I was born." "No, no, this is different," Piranha One spoke with just his thoughts. "This is special breathing to awaken your powers. You may take years to learn, or only minutes or hours." He covered one of his gills and took a breath. "Let's begin." He instructed her to cover one gill with her fin. "Now breathe in and then out of the same gill. Now cover your other gill and do the same, switching back and forth. Start each day with 20 breaths, and you will begin to wake up your special powers. They are growing inside you like a little seed planted in the earth. Practice and wake up, Yama. You are needed." Piranha One stretched in a way she had never seen before and disappeared. The dream world faded away, and Yama was back in her body. Yama slept deeply through the rest of the night. When morning came and the sun took its place in the sky, she opened her eyes to see her whole school staring at her. "What? I'm okay," she said. Yama knew what they were thinking. She read their thoughts. They were thinking that a piranha that didn't want to fight wasn't right. She smiled at them, got up, swam in a small circle, did the poses Piranha One showed her, and then sat quietly with her tail folded. She closed her eyes to power breathe, like she learned in the dream world. Agape and Doug sat down beside her to join. Every fish watched curiously. A rumblefish passed by behind her, flexing his muscles. The water rippled with his movement. Yama could sense he was there. The teaserfish pointed and laughed. "Look at Yama. She must have been out of the water for too long. Now she wants to be an air breather." The rumblefish let out a low, threatening grumble and moved toward her. Yama opened one eye and looked at him. He knew better than to get any closer and kept a safe distance. Piranha One then appeared to her in a bubble. She heard his voice. "May the light within guide your fins." Yama smiled and went back to her breathing. She closed her eyes. She could feel her body tingling. Her powers were waking up. The teaserfish quickly swam off to tease others. Piranha Tobe's big blue eyes watched curiously from his nearby hiding place behind the lakeberry plant. He nibbled on some delicious berries as he watched. You can see him up there. He's in the corner. Are you guys on your phones? Oh, I see. When Yama finished her breathing exercise, Doug and Agape were glowing too. Seeing that gave Yama an idea. My friends, today we plan a big and excellent and maybe even scary journey that starts tomorrow. Will you join me? Yes, said Doug. Oui, agreed Agape. Her friends began to glow even brighter. She put a fin on each of their shoulders and said, "We are going to find the others." As the three glowing piranhas planned their adventure, Piranha Tobe stayed hidden. He was spying, listening to every word. "I'll be ready to follow you tomorrow, too, Piranha Yama," he whispered. Tomorrow was the start of a great adventure. The end. Or is it just the beginning? What a great story. So, um, here's the thing, ladies. I have a prompt for a journaling, but I have you switched right now where the Zoom call is on the phone and the YouTube live stream is on the laptop, which is where the prompt is, of course. And so with the prompt, it gives you an image of what it is to, kind of journal on and reflect on a little bit. So if you do have a journal handy, just kind of this idea of the art of non-biting. Let's think about that for a moment. What is this art of non-biting? Really, what it comes down to is the practice of ahimsa, right? And pranayama, we're looking at that as the first limb of the Raja Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, yama limb. And the first virtue is the art of non-harming. So pranayama and the art of non-biting is really going over the context of ahimsa, which is the first virtue or abstinence in yama limb. So ahimsa, I'd like you to just reflect on a moment in your life when you abstained from causing harm to either yourself or another. And just reflect on that for a moment. In your life when you abstained from causing harm to either yourself or another. Don't need to write anything down necessarily, but just reflect on that. I'll give you some journaling opportunity by naming 3 things you're grateful for today. 3 things you're grateful for today. Three things you're grateful for today. Explain a time also when you practiced kindness, empathy, recently. And how did that make you feel? Practicing kindness and empathy. So 3 things you're grateful for, and then explaining a time when you practiced kindness and empathy recently. I'll give you a few minutes. And if you'd like to share, we can share. Sharing is caring.
Give you a couple more minutes. I love you. Ooh. I do love you. Try to switch it to recording in progress. How's it, Frida? If I had my mute on. Okay. And let's just, I hope that we're still recording. We should be, and good to go. Anyhow, so if you would like to unmute yourself and share what you, anything that you like about the story, about your gratitude, about anything that you
Sure.
reflected on with kindness, empathy.
Oh, sure. So, I had to think really hard. I was like, no harm. And I'm like, okay. And I thought of me first, the other day. I shared how I was self-critical. I don't know how long ago it was, maybe a week ago. I started crying and I turned my head and I said, no, you're not going to say that about yourself. You are not a bitch. You're a kind, loving woman, and you're empathetic and you're compassionate and you're patient and you're learning and you don't have a right to talk to me about that. And then I welcomed her in. I said, I'm not leaving you. Oh, come here. And I searched my memory and I was like, oh yeah, the bee on 2 Sundays ago when I came in my place and I was like, just leave, please, just leave.
Right? And you didn't kill him like you
I
had
no,
before.
well, I haven't killed a bee in like 4 years or 3 years with Raid, but I was very afraid like 2 years ago. I was like panicking. There was no panic. And then it happened again. A bee came in again, like Monday or Tuesday, and it did it again. I was like, please leave. And it did like 3 times. And I went outside and it was like dancing with me. And I'm like, oh, okay, you want to dance?
Totally, right?
So I'm like, okay, who am I becoming? And then the gratitude, my car and the gas money, and then my friends, and then my very breath. I'm very grateful to be alive. Those three things.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
For sure. Is there anything else that you wanted to share, or?
I'm just really proud of myself for, the bees, because I was stung by a wasp in 2009, and other people don't know where I came from, but I know where I came from. I know where I came from in 2018 when my mom died, and just the 2 years of grief. It was a lot of grief because my mom and I were very codependent on each other and we loved each other, but it was a very strained relationship. And she didn't have any friends. I didn't have any friends. So we needed each other, but we needed to be away from each other too. And I know where I came from in 2018. And I'm like blown away as to who I am now. I'm like, wow, who are you becoming? Who are you? So just being able to integrate that one that called me a bitch. I'm like, no, you're not gonna call me a bitch, but I'm not leaving you there. Come here.
Good girl.
So it's nice to be able to say, come, come. I'm here. I'm not gonna let you go and banish you.
Totally.
Mm.
Proud of you too.
Thank you.
Miss Cat, welcome. I'm so glad that you joined us. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I was driving back from the tarot class and I was like, I can just do it on the phone. It doesn't matter. Like, even if I'm not in one spot, like, just join right now. So I was like, yay, I can do it tonight.
Thank you. I'm glad that you did. Your presence is presence alone. The presence is a presence by itself, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
very much a gift to have community. That's what I'm grateful uh for that. So I would love to hear about what you wrote down.
So the first thing I wrote actually was, I am grateful for a community of people that care about me and that I care about. My life is abundant with relationships and community. And yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And some days you realize it more than others, obviously. But today I definitely was thinking about it. And I really did, I put that out there as one of those things that I really wanted. And it's such a gift. It really is such a gift. It really is a gift. So I feel very grateful for that. I am grateful that I'm safe and loved. And I am grateful for my dad being okay and getting through his surgery today. And that was also my thing about the empathy was when I was there last night visiting, because he would say things like he always does about how he might not be here much longer. And I always tell him, stop that, but I realized when he said it again that I was like, shit, what if he isn't much here for much longer? I need to really, really take advantage and value and be present in the moment with him for the time that I do have. And so I, in that moment, was able to stop and think, just be present with him, just listen to him and be with him and share with him this time and space and love and just make every moment count for as long as I have, and there's, it's scary when something happens. So thankfully it wasn't anything really bad and like it was caught early. But you don't always have that opportunity to realize it and then for things to be okay. A lot of times you realize it when it's too late. So that was definitely something I was thinking about last night. And then when you asked as a journal question, and then I think the non-harming would have been, there were many times throughout today that I had thoughts of whatever, like not making the best of my day and getting caught up in anxious feelings, because there were a lot of opportunities for anxiety today. And just turning it around and realizing that I really do have that power to not be in that space. And the more I get into the anxious thoughts, the more that's what I am creating, instead of creating the joy and abundance and all those other things that I do have. So it was definitely a lot of act of kindness today for myself, of not harming myself in that way, and really just kind of forgetting all those good things by getting caught in the anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a long answer.
No, but what a great share. You know, I, I appreciate you guys and your vulnerability to show up, be seen, and be heard, and to speak, your truth and your story, because it it reverberates, and we all share that connection of our energy and motion and the way that we're experiencing life. It might not be the exact same scenario, but the way that it feels, that's universal. And so, like, the way that we're going through the motions of our everyday mundane, but we still have, moments where we can reflect a little bit on, you know, how we were able to practice non-harming, how we were able to set ourselves aside from the ego mind and be able to be in a place of the heart where we were able to be kind to ourselves, kind to others. And others could be a sentient being like a bee.
Mhm.
I had a similar experience today. I was sitting, speaking with one of my friends in India, and a bee just came in, because I had the doors wide open, and just came right up in here and right up in the right here, and just like, I was just like, hi, how are you right up in here? Like, all up in my stuff. I was just like, okay, that's interesting. Hi, girl. And a lot of them come in, and it's like, okay, so it's like a little project or an opportunity of how am I going to be able to get you out safely, right? And then again this morning, I go out and I do the sadhana while the sun comes up, and there was this little red ant, and all these different multi segments of this beautiful little ant, and how I have stepped in a whole, hill of those ants before and gotten bit up on the feet. I mean, you were with me, Kat, on 4th of July. Oh, Nelly. Oh, it was,
Oh, you got bit so bad.
and it burned and burned and burned, same kind of ant. But this, I was like surrounded with all these little ants around me, and this one that was just hanging out and just did not want to come off of the cotton from what I was wearing. And I was just fascinated, I was just like watching this little ant as it's, moving along, and all the beautiful little parts of it, and like looking at its little segments of its
Mhm.
feelings, and how it, does the thing, and how it knows, okay, that's there, so I'm gonna go this way now. And and it was just so neat, and at the same time so peaceful to like be in its world for a moment.
Mhm.
And then in the background, this is, before the sun's up, I I could like hear the baby owls, and they're doing their thing, trying to ask mommy to come give them food. And so I'm, sitting here and I'm listening to them, and all of the fogs rolled in because it was like deep fog this morning all over. It was really beautiful. And And then all of a sudden, here comes this hummingbird that I hear the humming, the humming of the wings, and then and I look over and peeking and seeing, oh yeah, you get it nectar, okay, yes. And then I was grateful, that good girl, Amberly, you got that sugar so that you could make the nectar. And look at it. Now you've got these happy little hummingbirds that you can live vicariously through as they come and hum next to you and eat next to you and thrive next to you. And all of these sentient beings that are just like coming and congregating, for a moment in time with me. And then being able to get the patio cleaned up today. I got every single thing that was on the patio off the patio, cleaned all of the patio off with water, and then reorganized everything and threw a bunch of stuff away. It was a really huge accomplishment. It was over 8 hours worth of work today on the patio. I was supposed to go to work and I didn't go to work. I mean, I worked from remotely, but I didn't go to Moreno Valley because first of all, the management came to do some stuff in the water heater room. So that was what prompted this. And it was such a beautiful wind beneath my wings to say, okay, this is a prime opportunity for you to be able to do this. And I did it. And afterwards, I was like, okay, you accomplished that. You need to be really, really proud of yourself right now because that was a hell of a lot of work, first of all. Second, I also had, because I keep fluctuating between so many big bulky dishes that I can't put into the dishwasher that I use constantly from cooking so much. So I ended up putting everything into the tub and soaking everything in the tub. I had a whole tub full of of not laundry, of dishes.
What makes
And
it wash?
it was easy to wash them, totally, right? So I was finishing that and like barely able to walk, and so I just wanted to go in and take a nice bath. And I was full of dishes and I was like, oh yeah, that happened. So now I gotta get on my knees and do dishes. Oh Lord have mercy, for Pete's sake. Okay. So I did. Got on my knees, started doing it. And I asked Malachi, can you get me a washcloth? And bless his little heart, what he brings is like this big old drying towel. And then the second time around, and I'm trying to explain to him what to grab. And anyway, third time's the charm. He did get it for me, but he comes in and I love you very, 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 very much, Mom. I'm just like,
Oh.
I am so grateful. And I'm grateful that I got the damn dishes done and I was able to put them all away, dried them all, nothing stayed in the dishwasher, everything's done in that way. The kitchen is clean, the living room is clean, the whole front porch and patio are clean, and I was able to take a bath in the
That's a
bubble.
beautiful day.
And we're here together. And yeah, I think that we have that common thread of being grateful for friends and community, right?
Very much
And I
so.
think that's
Very
something
much
that
so. Yeah,
Definitely makes a difference.
sure does. This is
it
what I've
gives,
been looking for.
yeah, it it gives reason, it gives faith, it gives hope, and it gives purpose. And we get to fill in the gaps together. And like I keep repeating, we're building the rainbow bridge together. And the more we stick together, the more we stick together, 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 the more we stick together, together we'll be with your friends and my friends and your friends and my friends. The more we stick together, together we'll be.
Song.
It's all about tapping into the inner child and letting her know that we're there, letting him know that you're there, you know. I've got you, little sister. I've got you, little bro. Let's go. Come on. Like that guy on Instagram, Ben, is that his name? Ben X. And he's got like a man bun and a really chiseled jaw and a beard, and he has a theme where he goes on a
Huh.
walk. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, I think I know who you mean.
He's got a British accent,
Mm.
and he just basically he has a message and a mission of spreading love. That's it. And just letting you know how much he believes in you, how much he cares about you, and how much he is so happy that you are there. He's like, come on. And then
Mhm.
he just starts walking and he has you with him. And
That's
that's
nice.
it is, it's very pleasant,
Yeah.
simple, but it's constant, it's consistent. And I think that that's what, um, this is a part of, is remaining consistent by showing up and knowing that you can rely on it, on me.
Mm.
I'm here for you, and the community is here as a constant. Um, we've got several of them. Health, Wealth, Abundance Incorporated is one, but this the Center for Spiritual Living, and I mean, there's several of them, as we know. And so you guys went to the one in Hemet today? That's
Yep.
nice.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And they've got
Yep.
all kinds of things. I mean, we're pretty active, the Centers for Spiritual Living.
Yeah. I know. Like Charlene was saying, the activities are filling 3 tables now over there. And I want more activities even. Like I would like to have, I don't know, all sorts of fun things like roller skating and going to the pumpkin patch and like just fun things like that. I think it'd be fun to have just random fun activities that are not necessarily have
I
to
think
be a
that that's a
specific
great
thing.
idea. Like the roller skating part, I think that that would be a great idea for the dance club. Okay, so I just want to quickly benedict out and then stop the recording, and then we can continue chatting a little bit. But so I'm so grateful for this gathering and for this teaching through the art of non-biting or non-harming, ahimsa, and how we can reflect on the moments of kindness and goodness and how we're good to ourselves. And by being good to ourselves, then it's a direct representation of how we show up for others as well. So I simply bless us in this moment of awakening and sharing and being able to settle in to a place of kindness and gratitude before we close our eyes and gently whisper ourselves to sleep with our breaths. So I simply release my words and allow them to be. And so it is.
It is.
Harium. Stop the recording.
Mm.